Hello everyone. This is Jennifer Sunseri and I am hopping on tonight. We are going to make a fun card using some brand new product. And if you wait till the very end of the video, I do have 4 more cards that I'm going to share with you. Usually I come on Friday evenings around 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I know I am early this evening. It has been a crazy month and I've not been able to be here with you for about 3 weeks. So I know with the holidays everyone has been doing their celebrating with family and friends and whatnot, and we've been pretty busy. We were helping a friend move, and we've had a death in the family, so we do have a memorial service tomorrow, and my sister-in-law's father passed away. But we are doing well. My husband and I and our kids, we're doing well. We had a great Christmas, and I am back in the stamping room, and I am ready to play and visit with you guys. So if you are watching here on the live, would you please give me a comment and let me know that you're here? I always appreciate being able to interact with my viewers. And if you're watching the replay, welcome. Thank you so much for hopping on Facebook, or if you're watching it on YouTube, thank you so much. I always appreciate when you give the video a thumbs up or a heart. That just helps people to find the video. Also, if you would be willing to share the video, that would be wonderful as well. All right, let's get started, okay? So we are very close to an awesome promotion that Stampin' Up! Does every winter, and it's called Sale-a-bration. This brochure is going to go live on January 4th, all right? Oh, hello, Pauline. How are you? Thanks for hopping on, friend. So Sale-a-bration is going to start January 4th. And what that means is with every $50 that you purchase out of either the annual catalog or the mini spring catalog, every $50 you get to pick something for free in this catalog. All right. There are a couple level 2 items that you can get with a $100 purchase as well. But oh my goodness, there are so many choices in this little brochure. I can't show it to you quite yet until it goes live, but I can show you some of the products. So tonight I am going to play with this stamp set, and it is called Detailed Dogwood. This is a level 2 stamp set, so you get it free with a $100 purchase. I'm also going to be playing with this pack of paper, and it is called, I'm still learning what everything's called, it's Softly Stippled. All right, it does coordinate with a bundle in the mini catalog that will be released in January. So that's another option. I love that Stampin' Up! Coordinates their products, that we get free products that will coordinate with products that we can purchase. So that is fun. Now, the colors in this pack of paper are really, they have a spring feel to it, very fresh, which is nice because I'm ready for spring. I've been making a bazillion Christmas cards and I'm ready for some different colors. So we have Coral, Calypso, Lagoon, let's see, Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Pebbled Path, Pool Party, and Wild Wheat. So some of those are our new in colors. And let me just show you this paper. So like I said, you get this pack of paper free with a $50 purchase starting January 4th. So we've got some very subtle neutral type backs, and then we've got the patterns. So here's our roses that go with that bundle that I mentioned that you're going to find. This is really pretty. It looks like a tweed almost. There's that wild wheat with some leaves. And here's my favorite, the Pool Party. Again, a little bit of like a tweed pattern. More roses, and what's fun is you can color these with our markers. You can use a blending brush and add in color onto those, or you can leave it black and white. A lot of options. This is another fun one. You could leave them white, you could color them. This is wild wheat. It looks like a burlap. Here's some flowers. Okay, and another background that kind of looks like brush strokes. And that's the pack of paper. So it's a full pack of paper that you are going to get free with a $50 purchase. All right, so that starts January 4th. Right now we do have our current annual catalog. This is still live. The Christmas catalog is live for a few more days. But to be perfectly honest with you, there are a lot of things that have sold out. This is the Christmas catalog. A lot of things have sold out, but there are still some things available, and some of them are even reduced. We also have things online that are in our clearance rack. This is the new spring mini catalog, and there are lots of fun new toys to play with in here. But I can't show it to you until the 4th. All right. Let's get playing. So, I pulled out one of the new embossing folders in the annual catalog, and this is called the Exposed Brick. And what I did was I went ahead and embossed it on a piece of Pool Party. And I have a Pool Party. I want to make sure that you guys can see okay, that I am in the camera view. There we go. A Pool Party card base. So I am going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to burnish that and make sure that I have a nice crease. All right, and so that is just 1/4 of an inch. You can see that there's just a little bit of a border right there, and that's going to get adhered to this. And then I also pulled one of the designer series paper, okay, from that pack that I just shared, and this is the Pool Party, and it's a little bit of that tweed look, okay, and we're going to actually stamp on this. And I'm going to be pulling some of the stamps from this, and we're going to be making kind of a collage effect and build onto that. But before I even do that, I'm going to show you a fun technique. So we're going to take this piece that I embossed, and we are going to add a little bit of color to it. So I'm pulling my Pool Party ink pad. Let's move our designer series paper over. And I'm going to take my blending brush, when we don't want kitty hair in it, and we're going to add a little bit of color. Now I use a lot of grid paper in my stamp room, but as you can see, I have a fabulous glass mat that Stampin' Up! Has made available, and this is going to be part of the new Join promotion that I'll be sharing with you. So when you choose to purchase the starter kit, you're going to get this glass mat for free. I had to pay $60 for it. You will get it for free. So that is pretty awesome. Now, I wanted to kind of get the embossing to pop a little bit. But because Pool Party is such a light color, it's going to take a little more effort. But we will be patient, right? The nice thing about this glass mat is it's glass, and that means if you get any ink on it, it just simply washes right off, which is awesome. So do you see how you can see the ink right there is just a little bit darker than the other pieces of the paper, and it's just making the embossing pop a little bit. And we're gonna do it more on the outer perimeter because I'm going to be covering up the middle with the designer series paper. So I'm not so worried about doing it on the inside. I want to do it on the outside more. All right. So I am madly, madly trying to get this inked up. We're supposed to have rain tonight here in Elk Grove, California, and some thunderstorms. How about you guys? What's your weather going to be like? How many of you have snow? How many of you are having some rain? I always find it so interesting that, you know, it's so awesome that we can connect from all different places in the world together, and we're all, you know, in different locations experiencing different weather and different temperatures, and it's just so interesting to me. And I love that I have friends now all over because of the magic of social media. All right, so you can see I've added color to make that kind of pop a little bit more. It looks a little bit distressed. You can see there's no color there in the middle, and that's fine. Like I said, it's going to get covered up. All right. Now you could have used a sponge dauber, but I think that would have taken a little bit more time. This has more of a surface area, so I can add a little more ink to it. The other way you could have done this was to add ink to your embossing folder. And then when you emboss the paper, the ink goes onto your paper. That's another way of doing it. And I've done that a few times, but it gets a little messy, and I just kind of feel like this is a little bit more controlled, okay? All right, so I'm going to add that to my card base. So I'm going to pull out my favorite adhesive is our Stampin' Seal Plus. You will often see me use this. On some projects I will use liquid glue. It just depends on what I am adhering and the surface area. That's why we have different types of adhesive, because there's different jobs that we need them to do. But we all have our favorite. Okay. Now we're going to set that aside because we're going to do some stamping on this piece right here. And we are going to kind of make this look like a collage. All right. Now, I am debating if I'm going to go with the Pool Party, which is pretty light, or if I want to pull in some Pebbled Path, but stamp off, so it's not as dark. So I'm going to do a little test run. I saved a scrap of paper, and I'm going to take a stamp, and I need another scrap to stamp off, so let me find a piece here. Here, I'm just pulling something out of my wastebasket. Okay. All right, so let's see. Oh, I stamped off twice, so let's just do once. Okay, that's pretty light, not too dark. Hi, Gail, how are you? Then let's check what it looks like with just the Pool Party. I'll pull a different stamp because Pool Party is such a light color, so we're just testing to see what it looks like. See, I don't even think you can see it. So no, we're gonna have to go with our Pebble Path. All right, I just wanted to kind of check that. Let me fold this because I am going to need it to stamp off. And we'll move my little strip there to the side that I saved to do a little testing. All right, so one of the stamps is this long strip of dots. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to ink that up. And we're going to stamp off, and we're going to add some dots down here at the bottom. And like I said, if I get ink on my glass mat, it's okay, because the glass mat will wipe off. It'll wash off, right? Just use a little baby wipe or your chamois and you're good to go. Okay, so we've got some dots there, and let's add, there's these squiggly lines. So we're going to add some of those. We'll stamp off. And we're going to add those maybe here. I need to remember while I'm talking not to forget to stamp off. Okay, and then let's add a dragonfly. Okay, we'll do a dragonfly kind of over here. All right, very light and subtle. And we're going to do this flower. I don't know what you want to call it. We'll do one over here. And now I am going to be stamping the dogwood and fussy cutting it out. And that's going to go on top. And I may need to add a few more stamps, but I kind of don't want to add too much and make it too busy. So let's see what we need after I do the stamping of the dogwood and cut it out, and we can kind of place it and then see what else we need on there. Gail, I absolutely love the glass mat. I think it is such a great value. I go through so much grid paper that this is nice, that I just have to wipe it off. And just keep it in my craft room. It's really, really nice. All right, now look at that gorgeous, gorgeous image. So detailed. This is the detailed dogwood stamp set that you can get for free with a $100 purchase. All right, now let's move these guys to the side because with my luck, my sleeve will get into an inky stamp. We're going to color this, and then we're going to fussy cut it out. I'm kind of going with a vintagey collage look to this card. So I did pull some petal pink. We'll use some petal pink on here, and I've pulled some old olive. I've got one of my crumb cakes. We'll do the branch and crumb cake. For current demonstrators who did not get the glass mat, after Sale-a-bration is over, they've said that you will, they will have a select amount. So if you really want it, you're not going to want to wait because it's going to be a highly sought after product. I really think that this glass mat is one of the best incentives that we've had for joining or purchasing the starter kit. It is so awesome. I haven't even shown you the other parts that go with it. And I'm just going to probably do a whole video on how to use your glass mat and what you can do with it, instead of just, you know, the obvious. So be on the lookout for that. Now what I'm doing right now, I'm using our Stampin' Blend pens. They are alcohol based. I've pulled the light Old Olive. I always like to go with the light pen first, and then I go in with the dark color wherever I see a lot of detail. All right, so I'm just coloring our leaves right now. And then I'll go in with the dark and just add a little bit more to make these pop. And these pens make you look like an amazing artist. They really do. Once you learn how to use them, it'll look like you've been watercoloring. Now they do dry quickly because they are alcohol based, so once you are finished coloring with that one color, you want to cap your pen right away because we don't want it to dry out. And you want to be just very gentle with your tips. You do not need to press hard. I've had to replace a few because they do get used a lot in my classes, and people either cap them wrong or press really, really hard. So when you put on your cap, you want to make sure that you're not catching your tip, especially on the brush tip. So this is a little bit harder, and you just want to make sure that you're not going to ruin it. So you just put it in carefully. Take your time and pay attention to what you're doing, and all will be good. All right, so let's go in with the dark. So I'm just gonna go in on some of the veins. Now the alcohol ink kind of muted my Pebble Path ink, I'm noticing. Normally I stamp with Memento Black, but that's okay. I think I like the softness of this. And then I'm going to go back in with my light and kind of just blend that. You see the detail? Isn't that awesome? All right, just blend that a little bit so it softens it and they don't look so harsh. And you don't even need to do the whole thing, just go over the dark a little bit with your light there and blend it in. Okay, I don't know if I did that one. All right, next we're going to add a little bit of color. I think I'm going to make these. We're going to do pink dogwood. I was looking up what color dogwood is in real life. And they can be white, they can be pink, they can be white with a little bit of pink. Now, what I'm going to do on this one, I think I'm going to add with the dark first on this, and then go in with the light. So I'm going to, I hope this pen works. My brush ends get a little bit more abused from classes. So I'm going in with the dark with my brush tip on the very tips of the petals. And then we will blend with the light. All right, and then this one is opened. This one's open too. We've got a little bud right there. This one's open. It's a little hard to see. I think I want to add a little bit more. Okay, and then our little bud will go in. I'm going to do the whole thing. Kind of thinking it needs a little more color. I don't know if I want to go with Flirty Flamingo or not. All right, now we're going to add in the light. I think I need to use the other tip. All right. Yeah, I think I want to add a little bit of Flirty Flamingo. Let me see if I've got that close by. Yep, here's my light Flirty Flamingo. I need a little bit of water. Okay, so I'm a little worried, a little scared about this, but we'll see, because it's a little bit too subtle and I need to add a little more color to it. There we go. I think that works a little bit better. It's like adding blush. Just on the tips. All right, I think that looks a little bit better. It shows up more. Now you could do colored pencils and use our blending pens with this. You could use watercolor. That is not my favorite, but some people love it. Now we need to add our centers. I think I'm going to do, I was looking kind of at the centers and they looked kind of a yellow greenish. So I pulled my light lemon lime and we're going to go in and do our centers. There, okay. And what else? What else? Let's see. I think I need to do a little more blending because I see a little more white and I don't really want white. Okay. Almost done. Almost. Oh, I see a leaf I missed. All right. They are kind of noisy. A little bit noisy. All right, let me get that leaf I skipped over. And this is my light. Okay. There he is right there. All right. Now, there are no dies to this stamp set, so we're going to do a little fussy cutting, and that's okay. I don't mind fussy cutting, but a lot of people don't like it. I just hold my paper and turn my paper, not my scissors, really. Just be patient and take your time. These are our paper snips, and I love them because they have a nice pointed end. You want a pair of scissors that's for cutting paper, and you want a pair that's for cutting your ribbon. So you should get like a little bob, a bob or something to put on your scissors so you can tell which one's which. Or maybe like a piece of tape, colored tape, because cutting the paper will dull your scissors. When you go to cut ribbon, they won't be as sharp. It's the same thing with fabric. You don't want to use your fabric scissors on anything else because it will dull them. So I'm just trying to leave a little bit of white around these flowers. All right, trying to go fast because I know this can be tedious and you guys are being very patient, but I don't want to mess up either. So, what are you guys planning for New Year's? Do you guys have any plans? I can't believe that 2023 is already coming to an end. Seems like the years just go by faster and faster as I get older. I just get used to writing one year, and it's time to write a new year. Okay. Almost done. All right. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. My parents had the flu, so we didn't actually get to celebrate Christmas with them yet. We're kind of waiting to do our Christmas with them. And so our Christmas is just going to get stretched out a little bit, and that's okay. I was working all the way up to the week of Christmas, so I kind of feel like I've been super busy and I haven't been able to really enjoy the month of December. So I'm okay with stretching Christmas out. If they're feeling better, we may go down and see them and do our Christmas with them on New Year's Day. We'll see. Normally, we just stay at home and play it safe because I don't like to be out with a bunch of people that might not be driving safely. Okay, I'm kind of looking at this to see what else we need to put on our little collage here. I feel like we could put one more of those little flowers right here. So let's do that. I didn't want to overdo it. We need to remember to stamp off. We'll put one right there. And then we could probably put something over here. Let's see, we've got a little and sign. What else do we have? We've got a little ticket, which I think I'm going to stamp on paper and cut out to add some dimension. We could put maybe a few more polka dots over there. Let's do that. All right, let's do a little more polka dot. Okay. There we go. All right, I think that's good. If I can get my fingers to work. Okay, I'm going to adhere the dogwood, and then I'm going to pop the dogwood. Do I want to pop this part too? I think I kind of do. All right, so let's do some dimensions. All right, so this is double-sided foam tape in a handy little shape here, and I'm just using my U-pick tool to pick them up. I always do the 4 corners, and then depending on the size of the paper that I am using, sometimes I will put some in the middle, right like that. And then I use the sharp end to just pick off all the backings. That way they don't end up all over my carpet. All right, and then I just take them off and throw them in the garbage can. All right, so don't put this on upside down, that would be bad. Okay, and then we're going to add this on. Do that again. We'll put a couple dimensions. Don't need a whole lot. there too. These come in this size, which is the regular size, and they also come in a mini size. And you get a couple hundred in a pack. I can't remember. Okay. All right, so there's our dogwood. And then I was thinking that I would stamp this and add it on there. If I've got a little scrap of Pool Party somewhere that I can use. I'm looking, I have a scrap of DSP, but I want to use cardstock, so we'll just use a corner of this, and we're going to use our pebbled path again. We'll stamp off. Grab my scrap there. We'll punch one of those out. Cut it out. And let's try this again. We'll stamp one of those guys and add that on. Okay, so we're going to pop that up, and we'll cut this little guy out. I feel like the little details really do matter. They really make a card stand out. I like to go a little bit beyond basic to make that card. I think I need to use a smaller dimensional, so let me grab my smaller ones. There they are on that piece. Now that's just a little and sign. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on this guy and just lay it on our, although I think I need a little bit here on the bottom part, right there. Okay, and I don't know that I want a sentiment on here, but I think we need a bow. So I have, and we've got some gems we're going to use. This is the In Color Twine pack that's in our annual catalog. So these are all the new in colors that we've had for a year, and I'm going to pull the Pebbled Path, and I'm going to make a bow to kind of put over here. It's a good weight. It's very easy to use. Okay, and then we will trim our ends, but I like to pull my ends so that they are the same length. Throw that little scrap away. We'll add that right there at the end, and we're going to use a glue dot. So I'm just going to roll my glue dot. These are big guys here, so we don't want to see the glue dot. And we'll put that on our little branches. Okay. He's a little squirrely there, but that's okay. And then I've got the in color dots. And we're going to use some of those Pebble Path ones. And we'll add, oop, where did he go? There he is. We'll add one there. We'll add one here. You want to do odd numbers. Oop, where did he go? There he is. Okay, there we go. There's our card. Okay, so I used the Detailed Dogwood stamp set. It has a vintagey look to it. You can collage with it. You're going to get the stamp set for free with a $100 purchase in January and February. All right. And then the paper that I use, this designer series paper, the stippled, I can't remember, softly stippled. This is free with a $50 purchase. Okay, so both of these are Sale-a-bration items. Now let me show you the other cards that I came up with this afternoon using the same stamp set and the same pack of paper. Okay, but totally different looks. This one's a little bit more vintagey. All right. So this one is using the same embossing folder, but I'm using the Wild Wheat cardstock and designer series paper and twine and gems from that pack. Okay. And I just used Flirty Flamingo on this. I didn't even use the Petal Pink. Here you can see where it's softer and blended more. So different coloring. All right, now this one has a lot of layers on it, and I didn't do any coloring. I stamped the flowers in the Pebbled Path ink and just left it. And it picks up the Pebbled Path in the designer series paper. All right. Okay, let's move that. And then this one is another stamp in the same stamp set. So this is just a branch of buds that haven't opened yet. And we've got the Pebbled Path twine and dots and cardstock. And I did not color that. And then this one, I did, let me make sure I'm looking at, yeah, that's the right way. I just did a collage, but it has a little bit more of a modern look to it instead of vintage. A little abstract or modern. Okay, and this is using the Old Olive, the Pool Party, and Pebbled Path inks with the Pebbled Path twine and dots on some crumb cake. So very different styles and looks, but there's so much you can do with the stamp set. I think it's going to be a great basic that you can use. We can make sympathy cards with this. We can do birthday cards, thinking of you cards, get well cards, Mother's Day cards, maybe even Easter cards. The Dogwood has a little bit of an Easter connotation to it with the legend of the Dogwood, if you've ever looked into that. So you could even make Easter cards with it. So there's a lot that you can do with this stamp set. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope I've inspired you. I've missed you. Like I said, we've been very, very busy with Christmas festivities and church events, and we were moving a friend this month, and so that just a lot of obligations. So I'm sorry I've missed you the last 3 weeks, but I'm so happy to be back again tonight with you. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'm really excited about Sale-a-bration. I have a lot planned. I'm going to be focusing on a different product each week in January and February. So I will be showcasing a different Sale-a-bration product each week to just show you all the possibilities. I'm looking in our brochure right now. I'm going to count how many items there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 Sale-a-bration items, you guys, that you get to pick a free with your qualifying order of $50 or $100. And lots of them coordinate with products in the catalogs. So I love that because it increases the value of what you're purchasing. All right. I would love to hear what your favorite card is in the comments. I think my favorite is the one that I stamped with you guys because I love vintage look, shabby chic and vintage. And I love Pool Party. I think it's a very refreshing color, a fun color to work with. I think my second favorite would probably be this one. I do like having the colored option, but then I also like the not colored option too. It really stands out. So either way of doing it gives you, either way is a completely different look. All right, everyone, I'm going to let you go. So take care. I will see you, Lord willing, in another week. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and Happy New Year to all of you. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I really appreciate it when you give me a thumbs up or a heart, and when you share the video. That really makes it means a lot to me and helps boost my business. So thank you so much for doing that, and I will see you in a week. Okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.